Hello everyone, this is Judith, Twin Flame Essentials. Welcome to today's video about codependency on the Twin Flame journey. What cards do we have today? I just want to talk about this topic, so this is not kind of a reading, it's just it just gives me some hints in what direction to go with this topic. And we have the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and Justice. So and as clarifiers, I have those dices, and let's get right into it. So when it comes to our relationships, we very often experience issues with money. But not only money, it's really like people, even parents are just taking from us. And what are they taking from us? Not only money, but but our energy, really. Those people are taking our energy. And the thing is that for a lot of us, it's true that our parents or one parent has taken away our energy by just forcing us to always focus on his or her needs. So this goes for parents, for example, who are like constantly causing turmoil, so they have all the attention, and of course the turmoil is sometimes also around money, right? Whether there is money in the family or not, money might have been an issue, and this might also might cause some issues for you now with money, right? Because in relation to those narcissistic parents and the narcissistic rage that they have, we tend to shut down because we don't want to let that in. We don't want to receive this energy, right? And so we shut down, and then we miss out, of course, on receiving all the abundance that is there for us, right? In fact, this abundance here, that's our birthright. That's all for us. And also the fish is talking about money. Money is energy. So when it comes for you, maybe in relation to money, when it comes to receiving, then you can think of it as being something that is nurturing you, right? And from day one, really, whether it's the milk that you received as a baby, or gifts that you received, or the air that you breathe, or the environment where you live in, or whatever it is, you have to some extent experienced lack, and you have had like traumatic experience probably where you chose to block the flow. That's so difficult, right? When it comes to those kind of relationships, and more so we tend to recreate those experiences and then meet people throughout our lives who are following the same pattern, and we will often find ourselves in other narcissistic relationships, whether it's with friends or at work, wherever. Even in relationships, in romantic relationships, but certainly, in my opinion, not when it comes to our twin flames. Our twin flames will often find themselves caught up in some kind of codependency. And here we have the Eight of Cups. Something is missing, so this is the missing piece, right? To me, this calculator here is a little bit about control, right? Because when we face those narcissistic people, they have a need to control us, right? But at the same time, they also force us to control everything, because yeah, we never know what happens, right? And they do everything they can to keep us focusing on that lack, where in truth there is so much abundance. Look at those grapes, right? And they will make that wonderful wine to fill those cups, right? But we have like built walls around our hearts to protect ourselves from the constant harm that they are doing, right? We don't want to let that in. And so it isolates us a little bit. It makes us this blackbird, which is the black sheep to me, right? It isolates us. Narcissists are often isolating people to be able to deal with them better, because if people would like talk about it, about the issues, or they could like easily help each other. So the narcissist would always try to isolate you, and then you have to like be constantly in your mind and hold things together by thinking about what might happen next and how you can prepare, how you can react. Yeah, it basically brings you in a place where you're constantly only reacting, right? And not just be and be in this abundance and create more abundance from there, and not be at peace, really, right? Not be at peace, but being isolated and being like imprisoned in that castle behind that walls, right? It's big, huge heartbreak that comes with those relationships. And when we are trapped in our mind, we have a lot of Luciferian dark energies sometimes going on. Well, that's in fact, those are the dark energies that keep that are in our mind and are causing those belief systems that we are not good enough, that we are unworthy, and yeah, it's this constant inner voice that is telling you all this crap, really, that is not very uplifting. Let's put it that way, right? And so it's very, that's also why it is so important for us to be in our heart space, really, and to meditate, to let go of all those thoughts that are not serving us, right? It's kind of a training to realize when we are thinking those toxic thoughts, I would say, right? It's my mentor would call it stinking thinking, right? And that's happening here. So everything is trapped on the level of the mind. Yeah, and this person here is reflecting, right? There are some, it's like scripture here, ancient scripture. He studied some scripture, and he's thinking, well, there must be something more to life, right? This being imprisoned in this castle cannot be everything. I see that things are growing. I think life is meant to expand. Life is meant to grow, and life is also meant to be enjoyed, right? With those fruit, those sweet fruit. Yeah, and it's also that narcissists are always coming at us. They always try to catch us by surprise, right? Do something that we would not expect, and they would also like know our most vulnerable places, and they would take advantage of that. And this is what is so dark and what is so mean. Look at this little child, you know, it's everything that we do that feels like our authentic self, we are then doing this in secret. We're hiding it. We're only doing it when nobody else can see it, right? So this is here, this little scenery at night, right? It's secretive because they are constantly coming at us with this arrow that hurts and that comes surprisingly, unexpectedly to hurt us. This can be like constant nagging, right? Constant, yeah, just what happens is that we give our energy over to those people when it comes to emotions. And this, a part of it is intensity. Part of it has to do with intensity. And we are, in a way, also in our love relationships looking for this kind of intensity. And we love this kind of intensity because it feels familiar to us as well. But in fact, it's a toxic exchange of energy. And it feels much better like to be in our energy, to be in this energy of love and light, in this blissful energy. This feels much better than this toxic way of giving away a lot of energy to another person, right? And this intensity, we experience this in karmic relationships. And maybe we also, to an extent, experience this with our twin flame in the beginning. So if you have a pattern like this going on, there might have been this incredible intensity also in a toxic way with your twin flame, but for sure with a karmic partner. And yeah, those are the people that are ready to take away our energy, and we give all we have at once, and this feels so incredibly intense. Yeah, so this is also like a kind of prison, right? Not be able to really share who we are with the world. And when it comes to being vulnerable, it's also talking about vulnerability, then we tend to stay behind a mask, right? So this is often what we see mirrored in our twin flame relationship. And we say, well, the twin is wearing a mask, but we also have to be aware that we are wearing a mask too, right? To protect ourselves, and that's totally fine. We just have to transform the energies little by little, step by step, and then we will be able to be vulnerable and to drop that mask. This takes a little bit of time and dedication, and yeah, we don't want to force ourselves, and we also do not want to force our twin flame to do anything that doesn't feel right. Yeah, it has been necessary for us to protect ourselves, but for sure we are allowed and probably also willing to let down our guard now. Okay? Yeah, I have created a little webinar to clear energies for you and your twin flame. If you want to receive this, you can sign up. The link is in the description box below, and receive this webinar for energy clearing on a daily basis. So this will free up a lot of space. This will just clear the dust and the energies that are not beneficial on a continuous level, continuous basis. I think that's really a big help. Check it out and tell me what you think. Yeah, and it's also good to keep your vibration solid, right? Not solid, but uplifted, and to have a high vibration going on, because this is critical when it comes to meeting our twin flame or reconnecting with our twin flame, or feeling better in our lives, enjoying our lives, finding joy and following our hearts, being in our heart space, all of those things go together with a high vibration, right? And here we have justice, and this is also something that there's so much injustice when it comes to those toxic relationships. And this is causing a lot of heartbreak, right? And in fact, there is not much we can do about it. It feels at times, and it feels that as it's not predictable. It is as if someone is rolling the dice and decides what happens to us, right? It feels like we do not have much control over that. And and to shift out of these experiences, we really have to step back and at least cut the energetic cords to those people so that they are not able to take from us any longer. I see this hand like taking, right? And this is also when someone is doing injustice to you, then this has also to do with taking energy from you, because you keep then thinking, you're caught up in your mind, and you're like you want to do something to get justice, to be justified in a way, but really you don't need to be justified. You can in some cases, but really what you need to do is to do everything you can to find peace. And this inner peace and the joy and the love, the vibration this vibration is there for you. You only have to allow it in, right? Step by step, and release all the toxicity and the energies, the trauma. Those things can be pinpointed exactly, and I can help you with releasing those energies, and also with finding those issues, the issues that were most harmful in your life, and then just see if there is energy that is trapped and transform it, right? It's a transformational work that I do. And if you're interested, just send me an email. I'm offering free 15-minute spots to see whether it is a fit for you to work with me or not. But of course, first you will receive offers via email, and then you can think about making a short appointment, a short 15-minute encounter with me. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm planning to do more about those narcissistic relationships in the future, because I think it's a big part in our journey to detect those toxic relationships, and to really release the toxicity, and also release the relationships to an extent, if it's possible, right? We don't want to force anything here, but in my experience, those things will come naturally then. The decisions will be very obvious, decisions that are to make and steps that are to take. Yeah, so I hope you have a beautiful day. I wish you a beautiful day, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.